cannot wait. I cannot wait.
This is one of my favorite plays of the game.
They're going to probably improve each and every week.
Burgundy and gold, let's rock and roll.
Commanders family, as always, we have a special show for you as we approach week 2. Our Commanders are back at the crib for a rivalry game against the New York Giants. And the legend Logan Paulsen gets in the film room to highlight our rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels. And last but not least, the captain, London Fletcher, sets the tone for our first home game of the season. That's Command Center, and it all starts right now. Welcome into Command Center. Brian Coble Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and Logan Paulsen. And fellas, week 2 is here. We're going to be back at the crib. But before we get into week 2, we got to put a bow on week 1. How are y'all feeling? Didn't go the way we wanted, but we did see some good things, right?
Yeah, so far so good. I think when you look at the week 1, you think about going away from your home base, and you want to see how guys react to playing on the road. When you think about it, what jumped off the page to me is, one, you're going there with a young quarterback. He went out there and played exceptionally well for some of the things that I've saw him do, as far as getting out of danger, getting rid of the football. And then you had guys like B-Rob, you had guys like Cosme and Lucas go out there and perform at a high level. So, to me, so far, so good.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's just a great learning experience. Tana talked about some of that adversity that they had to see when they went down there, going against an established offense, an established defense, and they're kind of trying to find themselves. And I think with this young group, it's just such a great learning opportunity for them to get better, and I can't wait to see how they take the mistakes and the positive things they did in that game and then apply them next week.
I like what you said about young group, because we just saw a young group of guys go play against a playoff team.
Yeah.
We would see them play against a team that's been together 2, 3, 4 years. So now they understand what football is about. It ain't about the Jimmy and Joes and just the X's and O's. It's a little bit of everything, and that's why I want people to relax, understand who we took on, and understand what happened.
Fellas, excited for week 2. Excited to see our guys improve upon those things that you guys mentioned on. And Fred,
forget all that. I'm fired up.
It's time for Top 5, presented by UA Local 5 Plumbers, protecting the health of the nation's capital since 1890.
I'm going to give y'all the 5 reasons I'm fired up. 1, I cannot wait to watch Jayden Daniels play at the house for the first time of the year. 2, I'm doing this for Coach Quinn. I want Coach Quinn to get his first win, and I want that first win to come at home. 3, I cannot wait to see what this home field advantage looks, feels, and sounds like. Fans, I'm putting it all on you. 4, I cannot wait for us finally, after 6 tries, stop Daniel Jones. Yes, I said it. Stop Daniel Jones. 5, the first defensive turnover of the year. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Pressure's on you, defense. I'm out.
Shout out to Fred for always being fired up. Now, we're going to let the brother cool down and wipe all the sweat off. Let's hear from our fearless leader, head coach Dan Quinn, as we approach week 2 against the New York Giants.
A couple things that jumped out to me, Chick. What did I see Monday, staying there extra, doing extra. And I also saw on Tuesday, which is the players' day off, and I walked past a meeting room and I saw 6 guys in watching tape together. So I saw urgency. I felt that, here it was on their day off to say, no, we're coming back in. We're watching, the next thing again, the next thing. So it was quiet, like you would think, take the information to heart, and then you do have to turn the page. And so going into today, that's really what you do to make sure each step of the process, Chick, you just don't miss one of it. And if you nail Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, by the time you get to Saturday evening, man, you're ready for that. So, we're ready to get rocking as we get started on the week.
Fellas, week 2 is here. We are taking on the New York Giants, our first NFC East matchup. So first things first, Jayden Daniels, his first time at the crib, but also his first time facing a divisional opponent. What challenges does that face? Being home for the first time and also going against the divisional opponent.
Well, I think he got a lot of that stuff off his back, being able to go out there on the road and perform the way he did. Yeah, we didn't win the game, but he went out there and showed signs of a guy who can be, pretty good for this organization going forward. Coming home, that's going to be a lot of emotions. The fans going to love to see him. Probably going to have a lot of people in the stands. So it's probably be a challenge, but I think more so just to how to calm down and not get too overhyped. That's one of the things that we all go through.
Yeah, I have to say, that's what it's about, getting them jitters out the way, understanding I can't be up here. I need to be here the whole time, right in the middle emotionally. And like you said, I think he got those jitters out the way in Tampa. But a home game, that's a little different. It comes with a lot of different energy, and that's what he got to do. He got to learn how to funnel that energy, and also they're going to look for him to lead, at the end of the day.
Fred, you talked about the energy real quick. Does that come with added pressure, in your opinion?
I don't think it comes with added pressure. I just think it's organized chaos. Yeah. But once you get that pressure like this, the chaos you get lost in it. I want him to focus that chaos.
No, I totally agree. I think there's something different about a home game, right? Yeah. The fans are there, the drive-in, everyone knows you, everyone's cheering for you.
Yeah.
There's a different set of expectations, and I think he's just shown a great maturity. That was a crazy Todd Bowles defense that he saw last week.
Yeah,
I think he just handled it with such poise, and I hope that he can handle this new environment and deliver the product I think that we and the fans are looking forward to. So looking forward to that.
And Logan, you mentioned last week you were out there on the field doing the radio calls. What do you want to see change from week 1 to help us be in a better position to win in week 2?
Yeah, so for me, it's Jaden specifically. I felt like he was a little bit rushed. I think he got pressured early in that game, and he was kind of rushing through his reads. He wasn't letting stuff breathe. I think he kind of has to get a feel for what NFL open means. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'll come. And I think this defense that the Giants have, is a little bit simpler. They're not going to bring as much pressure. I think it'll give him an opportunity to settle in, find those open receivers, and deliver the football the way we know he can.
Yeah. And on defense, I want to see them finish the pass rush. I seen the pass rush. Yeah. I want to see them finish plays right there. And third down is the most important down in football. And that's one down that we did not dominate in Tampa. I want to see us dominate third down, and I want to see us turn that ball over. 0 turnovers. Come on, defense. We got to get the ball back.
Yeah, change is going to come with time, too. I think over time, you see these guys, they're going to probably improve each and every week. And that's something that you do when you're able to put something on tape. You can go out there and say, okay, now I got to correct what I did wrong. So going forward, I don't expect to see nothing that these guys did wrong last week. I want to see them sharper this week and making sure that they are, I guess you can say, right their wrongs. Yeah.
And I think that also goes for the coaches too. I think that was the first time they got to see the group together. What can this offense do well for Cliff, and then for Joe Witt Jr. Like, what was good? What do we need to touch on again? We talked about the bunches in the podcast. Like that's something they definitely got to touch on too. So I'm excited for the growth not only of the players but of the entire staff. Kind of saying this is who we are and this is what we can be for this season.
And Logan, the Giants offense, let's turn our attention to that because they struggled a little bit week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings. Daniel Jones sacked 5 times. I believe he was the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL last year, only second to Sam Howell. How do we take advantage of that with our defense?
So I think it's going to be a combination of coverage and rush, because I think what they want to do is they really want to insulate Daniel Jones. They want to keep him from having to make those kind of big dramatic plays. So they're going to run the football. They're going to work a lot of play action. If you can win those first and second down opportunities, you're going to be in a third and long. And third and long is an opportunity for the pass rush to really get going, really get cooking. That offensive line is much improved. They made a lot of investments there the Giants have over this offseason. But still, I don't care how good you are. It's really hard to protect on third and long situations when you know that Joe Witt Jr. is bringing that pressure. He's bringing those ETs, bringing the blitzes. So that's what I'm looking for. Manage first and second down effectively, get in third and long, and let those dogs hunt.
And Fred, real quick before we wrap. You play with a few friends. You play with a few buddies, man, and you are one of the best trash talkers I know. What do you expect to see from Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors pregame when they see each other for the first time? A lot of us have been looking forward to that.
First of all, to see your homeboy on that crazy stage and y'all was sitting in those dorms room talking about, man, I wonder what team I'm going to be on. I wonder if we make it to the league. Well, that's when reality meets you in the face right there. So, I'm sure they'll be talking a little trash to each other, but it's all love and fair, man. These guys are friends. They won't stop being friends because they're in the same division. But for 4 hours, for these 3 hours, you are the enemy, my friend. You are the enemy.
And Commanders fans, a lot to be excited for when we get to the crib. We cannot wait to see you guys. So you know what? Let's look at some of the game details before we go any further. Commanders family, it's our season home opener against the New York Giants, and we'll be at the crib. That's right, Northwest Stadium. And we need y'all to show up and show out this Sunday. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. and will be broadcasted on Fox. Super Bowl champion Brian Mitchell, Mr. 8 to the 9, Santana Moss, and myself will be back where you left us, right outside of section 232, doing the live pregame and post-game shows. You can catch those on Commanders YouTube page, X, and Facebook. And Commanders family, make sure you guys are in your seats 20 minutes prior to kickoff for the new pregame show launching on Sunday. Don't meet us there, beat us there. And lastly, Commanders family, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month all weekend long. It's time for the best seat in the house, presented by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Commanders seats. Commanders family, welcoming in the captain, London Fletcher. We're here for another field pass, and today we're talking a rushing game because that was the story of week 1, our ability to rush the ball, 3 touchdowns, over 130 yards, 30 carries. Let's talk about this rushing game. London, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously B-Rob and Eckler, we know what they bring to the table as running backs, and B-Rob, you love to see him get more than 12 carries, and I think had the time of possession been a little bit differently in the Florida game, a little bit different in the first half, he probably would have got more carries, and also Ekeler would have got more carries. But the productivity we're getting out of Jaden, and we got out of Jaden rushing for 88 yards on 16 carries, and then the 2 touchdowns that he was able to get in that ball game, outstanding. Going against the New York Giants in this defense, running the football will be paramount. Those guys, man, you don't want to be in a situation where you find yourself having to throw the football a lot against that defensive front. They got some guys that can get after the quarterback. Being able to run the ball is going to be paramount.
In week 1 for New York, they gave up 94 yards to Aaron Jones.
Yes.
I feel that.
On just what?
On 14 carries.
Yeah.
On just 14 carries, and I feel like that's the kind of role we're going to have B-Rob doing as well. B-Rob has been that workhorse. You told me, Ekeler, 2 carries last game?
Just 2 carries.
So clearly he was being used in other ways, but we saw them on the field at the same time too. Talked a lot about that tandem. Do you like how Kingsbury has chosen to use them so far from what we've seen?
Yeah, and I know, like I said, in that game against the Buccaneers, time of possession was kind of skewed, so they weren't able to, and it was really about third downs, not able to sustain drives, and then defensively, us not getting off the field on third downs, so probably weren't able to get the run game going like you would love to have it had it going in the first half. In the second half, we saw the run game started to come alive. There was the touchdown run that B-Rob had. I mean, it was outstanding. Just the
looked
vision.
Like B-Mitch out there.
Yeah, he looked like B-Mitch. They went to an unbalanced line, tackle over, and the blocking that he got, and then just his vision on that play. I'll tell you this. There was a couple design runs by Jaden. Defense is going to have to respect that, and I've been in situations going against those mobile quarterbacks, and it'll open up more running lanes for the running backs when you have a quarterback like Jaden. Defenses have to be worried about him keeping that ball on those zone read plays. But I think the blocking will be much better, especially as we get to our traditional running game.
And if you look at the box score, right, you see Jaden 16 rushes, you're like, wow, that's a lie. And even Dan Quinn said it, like, hey, that is not the game plan. That's not what we want to do. But what we were seeing was when that pocket collapsed, Jaden was decisive. He knew to make a decision. He knew to get out of the pocket. We haven't seen that in a while from our last few quarterbacks. How great was it to see Jaden's decision making? Even though, yes, we want him to have more time, but he knows when to call the play and use those legs.
What I liked is, with all the pressure, all the 5-man rushes, 6-man pressures that the Buccaneers had, his ability to kind of stay poised and navigate the rush lanes and find ways to escape the pocket. Now, Coach Quinn, he talked about maybe wanting him to remain a passer as he escapes the pocket, and those things will come because just looking at the tape again, you'll see when he looks down when he escaped the pocket, Terry uncovered or some of the other guys uncovered and stuff like that. So, those things will come, for a young quarterback. He'll keep his eyes down the field. And when he does that, it's going to put even more pressure on the defense because I don't know, do I come up and try to attack you or do I stay back? And, those things will come. And I'm sure they'll be working on those things throughout the week, just the uncover drills, the scramble drills, and, that's when you really become dangerous as an offense and as a quarterback.
And you touched on some of those adjustments, so let's look forward to week 2. What adjustments do you want to see as far as our rushing game goes? I mean, it was pretty damn good, right? It was a good showing for us, but what do we want to see more of? What adjustments do we want to make at home against the New York Giants?
Well, I think first and foremost, you would love for your running backs, meaning B-Rob and Austin Ekeler, to have more than 14 carries. And they were great in the passing game, but you want them to have more than 14 carries. Again, converting on third downs will help in that and getting that volume. Hopefully we can get them up more over that 20, 22, 24 type of carry touches between those two guys. That'll be one thing. And, it's not going to be easy, though. When you look at this Giants defensive front led by Dexter Lawrence II, he's a monster in that middle, man. We might be looking at – I don't know how much we want to try to run up the middle with that guy, man. He's a monster. Minnesota and Aaron Jones in particular, he was able to use his speed and get on the outside and kind of attack the perimeter of the Giants defense. Maybe that'll be something we look to do a little bit more. But I feel confident in us being able to get the run game going.
I feel confident too with a guy like B-Rob. He does not shy away from that contact. He is not scared of Dexter, man. No. He is going to be coming in right through those tackles, ready to make plays.
Man, I'm telling you, man, that Dexter Lawrence, a full-grown man. You'll have to double him. And I thought even the two outside linebackers they had, they did a decent job of even playing a run. I know they want to get in pass rush situations, so the more you can run right at those guys, kind of wear them down, that'll help too. And kind of wearing them down where they're not able to just tee off and rush the quarterback.
Hey, London, man, always great talking to you on the field, man. Can't wait to see you out there at the crib. You're going to be doing the radio broadcast. We'll be doing the pre- and post-game show. London, until Sunday, baby.
All right.
The regular season is here, and we have plenty of content for you this week. Thursdays, Command Center comes out every Thursday with me and the guys, so thank you for all the support that you show us every single week. Fridays, we have Next Man Up, and this week's Next Man Up is tight end Zach Ertz, who knows a thing or two about NFC East battles. And then Saturday, The Players Club. Sam Cosby takes a break from counting all his new money and joins the fellas this week. And then Sunday, The Game Plan. Logan Paulson and myself and head coach Dan Quinn talk about all things week 2 against the New York Giants. Now, if you haven't subscribed to Commanders page, what are you doing? Football season is finally here, and we have all the content you need to stay up to date on your Washington Commanders. Now that you have all of that info on our content, the legend Logan Paulson is in the studio ready to break down some film on our QB1. It's time for your can't miss moment, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders.
Thanks, Brian. All right, so we're going to take a look at this Tampa Bay game and look forward to what we can do against the Giants and how this guy, our man with the Superman cape on, can get a little bit better. Let's take a look at this first play. So it's man-to-man coverage. We're going to be locked up. We got man here. We're matching the back all the way across the formation, right? And Todd Bowles, credit to him, he did a great job of bringing this pressure here across. We're going to pinch this defensive lineman. We put the offensive line in conflict. Jaden does a great job here of identifying that everything's locked up. Look, we're all locked up across the board, and I've got pressure. So this is a perfect opportunity for him to use his legs, use his athleticism, scramble on 2nd and 8, and keep this offense on schedule for a first down. Love that kind of awareness, love that ability. However, there are times where I feel like Todd Bowles did a great job of unsettling the young quarterback, right? So this is the play. We got Omaha here. We got outs, we got a sit, we got outs, and a sit. So right now, I'm looking at this quarterback, this corner here, and I'm saying he is 10 yards off. This is free access on an out. We should be able to get this throw done. Watch the release by Terry here. He's going to take a 45-degree release. Off of this release, I can run a fade, I can run a deep in cut, and watch how the DB respects Terry's vertical speed here and kind of backs into that cut. If I'm Jaden, I know we're getting a little bit pressure here off on the right tackle. I'm saying I can let this ball go on the top of my drop. Top of my drop right there. Don't bypass. This is NFL open. Let's let this ball go and get this completed. Now, he's a great athlete. We're able to overcome this pressure here. We're able to scramble. Look at this, making plays with our feet. We're still able to keep the offense on schedule for a first down. Love that. But as we mature, right, as we see the Giants upcoming, want to be able to make that throw. Now, let's take a look at another play. This is one of my favorite plays of the game. We got B-Rob running across the middle of the field here. Great job by Jaden finding him. Awesome, ends up being an explosive play. Love the effort by Austin Eckler. All this stuff's great. However, on this play, there's a lot going on here. So we have this little offensive formation here. We've got a receiver crossing here. We got B-Rob crossing here. We got Ertz working kind of a post, and we got a back chipping out here. The front side, we got Terry on a post. The defense is in cover 6, so quarters to the field, so 2 guys up, half here, and then the corner's right there. When Terry runs this post, these 2 guys attach to the post. The underneath player here attaches to this guy right here. So I look at this and I say there's a huge window here if you throw with anticipation to our guy Zach Ertz. And throughout training camp, we've seen this throw. Now, this is not a bad play. This is an excellent play. He does a great job working the progression. But I think you can see it here a little bit. Be patient. Be patient to Zach. Look at how this guy steps up. There's a throwing window right here behind him. I understand he doesn't love it. Get the ball out. Look at our guy Zach, wide open right here. That's the first read of the play. Let's make sure we get that done, but great job working it. B-Rob, love the big body. Get that hill, get down the field, let's make a play. But there's areas for improvement. Love to see it, love to see him mature. And again, he did it in the game. We're going to get a little CO concept here. We're going to run a out, we're going to run a corner, and we're going to have Zach working across the middle of the field here. Watch how we watch the quarterback's eyes. Look how he's pointing his vision to the out. We're reading the CO. This hook player is getting out underneath the out, It's going to be dead. We can't throw that ball. We've got this guy back here taking away the corner. I'm going to hold my eyes there to make sure the coverage lines up. Great job by Zach Ertz. Watch how he works up the field, gets this guy to play. See how the linebacker opens up his hips? They're open. I can cut across his face. Great job cutting across his face. Jaden working the progression, ball over the middle of the field, ball out. Love the completion there, right? That's big time reading the defense, manipulating the defense with your eyes, and trusting the process, trusting where the ball needs to go. Now, hopefully he can grow. I think he will. This Giants defense is much simpler than what we saw from Todd Bowles, but I'm fired up to see how he does against the Giants and brings all that stuff. Now, guys, we got to set the tone. Let's hear it.
Shout out to the legend Logan Paulson for breaking down that film on our quarterback Jaden Daniels. And fellas, we're almost done. We're almost at the crib. We need the tone set. So Fred Smoot, who do you want to set the tone in week 2 against the Giants?
But y'all listen here, and y'all listen here good and clearly. All right? John Allen, you understand? Tone setter. Deron Payne, tone setter. You know why? Because if Daniel Jones' jersey is dirty, all right, that means we run this game.
Wow.
Right? If you control that trench warfare right there, that means we win this game.
Preach to
all
me.
right? If that running back hits that dirt and that dirt pop up in there, we going to win this game.
Wow.
So I got 2 people that's going to set the tone for this game. Deron Payne, John Allen. I'm putting the pressure on you, my friends.
And I can't do it in that voice, but I will say, the way I saw that fan base come down to Tampa and support this organization, support these guys out there on the field, I want to see that same fire at home in our stands. One of the things we've been talking about year after year, trying to create that home field advantage.
Yeah.
Guess what? We made improvements inside the arena. We made improvements through the concessions. Now we got to make improvement on that field with you guys sitting in them seats. Tone setters.
Fellas, I love the energy,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling like coaches. Coaches got to set the tone this week. This could be their first win as a coaching staff together. How y'all feel about that?
I feel good about that. I know Coach Witt is just itching to get back on the field, especially with the things after you watch the film and see all the things that you left on the field, all the plays you left on the field. I know he's itching to get back out there, especially against the offense that didn't score a touchdown last week. So, you know, the Giants going to be itching trying to get into that end zone. So I can't wait to see this head-to-head battle. Somebody got to win.
And since you talked about Witt Jr., I must put out there Kingsbury. I think Kingsbury really want to show these guys what he's made of, what this offense can really look like. So, yeah, no question, the fans going to set the tone. You got your players that's going to set the tone, but them 2 coaches as well going to go out there and light it up.
And one more thing about Cliff Kingsbury. Fans, please understand, he didn't throw the whole playbook at Tampa.
Yeah.
Right? He's adding something to the playbook week in and week out.
And fellas, we cannot set the tone without the captain, London Fletcher, who has a special tone-setting message for Commanders fans.
Burgundy and gold faithful. You know it. We need it. We need that energy from you. We're going against the hated division rival, the New York Giants, the G-Men as they like to call themselves. This is Commanders country. Let's let them know. Bring it. Burgundy and gold, let's rock and roll.